So I've got my first rod out. Such quite a peaceful day today. I thought it was going to be a lot more blustery than it is, so that's quite a surprise. Yeah, I've got the first rod out. All I'm doing today is I'm using some maggots. Like I said, the goal ideally will be some chub, but I know there is a slim chance of some barbel in here, very unlikely. And there is also some decent bream and brooch. So, I mean, I wouldn't say no to that on a day like this, and probably my last fishing trip of the year as well, if I'm honest. I'm not going to say no to anything that comes my way, so we'll see what happens. I'm pretty confident I'm getting a knot now, so I might have to go. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. We'll keep having a look, and hopefully we'll be able to get something nice out for everyone to have a look at. So, as you know, I'm on the river today. There is a slight trick to river fishing, which, if you're watching this, you probably already know, which is to stay mobile. I'm on a good long stretch of the river with a lot of overhang, a lot of snags and a good flow. So what I'm hoping for is that I'm going to be able to move myself. I've only got a few hours today, so I'm hoping I'll be able to move myself a good way down. Then I'm going to work my way back up, hitting the spots that I've already pre-baited. And yeah, I reckon that'll be my best chance. Like I said, there is good heavy flow going through the river. I'm a bit concerned because it is a little bit flooded, but I'm hoping that won't impact it too much. Again, with any luck, I'll be able to just drop some of the bait just by whatever weight in chub there are. So again, as I am being very mobile, I only brought one bait with me, and that bait is maggots. I have a lot of faith in maggots when it comes to winter fishing. I do feel like they are probably the best bait you can use, in my opinion. I mean, everyone's got their own opinions, but when it comes to my fishing in the winter, I've always had great success fishing maggots, and so I've got a lot of confidence today that I'm thinking will translate into a couple of fish for me. So the wind has picked up a little bit, so the decided to go on. I'll move down to the second spot of the day. I'm hoping that when I spotted this one, I knew I'm going to have to give it a good crack, not just a swing bite. Because like I say, I am limited for time today, so I'm trying to make my way up and down as quick as I can. Because we're talking a couple of hours at max I've got. But when I saw this one, it just screamed the perfect chub hideout that I have to give it a good go. So I've tucked myself right into, there's a little bay, just on the other side on the other bank. I've tucked myself in that, so I've just come off, I'm on the crease of the waterline, and I've got as tight as I can to one of the trees without actually putting myself in any danger. What's important to note when you are chub fishing is accuracy is very key. But at the same time, because they do love their snags, you've got to be so careful. So what I found works for me anyway is a low light cast, so don't overhead it or anything, just a little underarm, especially the rivers I fish are very small. I mean, this one's probably 10 yards across max, 20 if I'm in certain spots. So just a low cast, accurate, be as accurate as you can, and try, if you can, get it within 1 or 2 casts, because if you disturb the swim, you might as well move on and come back. Again, these are just little things that I found. But yeah, so I've tucked myself in there. Hopefully that might translate again into another bite. It just looks very, very promising. If not, I'm going to work this swim a lot harder. I'll try the different segments of it. There's a lot of overhang, a lot of snags, a lot of places for chub to go. So it's definitely going to be worth my time investing in this swim. there we have a beautiful sour chub. So that was caught on maggot. That is about 2 casts in at this new spot I've headed to. Stunning little fish. Let's get him sorted out and put back, shall we? Beautiful little fish, that. Look at that. He's not very big at all. He's probably weighing close to a pound. But he's off. Let's see if we can get some more. So yeah, as I've mentioned, I'm obviously chub fishing today, as we saw. Just want to give you a little bit of a rundown on chub. Like, if you wanted to get into this style of fishing, it's surprisingly lethargic for a start, but you don't need a lot of stuff to do it. All I'm fishing with today is a 11-foot core and feeder rod. I've got a maggot feeder on, and like I say, I'm just using pot of maggots. That's all I've got. I'm travelling as light as physically possible. Still getting a couple of little knocks there. So yeah, chub fishing in itself can be a very simple sport. I mean, I've got a net and all the other basics you need. What you need to look for when you are chub fishing is, what I've tended to find is, I quite like it when there's a bit of a pace going through the river, but specifically any overhanging trees, any at all. If you spot an overhang, just get a rod on it, get a line in there. They're very greedy fish as well, so if they are about, they will snatch it. They've got set likes for what they'll feed on. The typical one, which I haven't brought today, is cheese paste. So it's a classic. Bread, always a good one. Maggots, like I say, in lunch meat. And that's a very greedy fish. You will often find that they will swallow it. You don't get a nice little hook in the insides like you would with carp or anything like that. It's gulped. But yeah, they're definitely a very, very fun fish. When they run, when they take, it's a very aggressive take. It would help with the flow of the water and everything like that. If it's up a good fight, it is a really, really good time. Your best bet, I found, is just have a little troddle up and down your local river. Try and find those overhangs. Try and find a crease in the water where you've got a fast flow, the crease on it, which will carry foodstuffs down. They'll just sit there waiting for it to come, gulp it in their mouth, and they're off. So anything like that, any sort of overhang, any feature really that you can get into is where you are likely to find some chub. So I'm in my last swim of the day. I've, like I say, got very limited time today. I've been able to get a chub out, which was my target fish, so I'm happy with that. Again, you'll notice I'm sort of not looking at the camera, I'm looking after the rod tip, because I'm in a spot where I've got a lot more confidence. I do feel like this would be a good one. It's got a lot of overhang, a lot of everything I described beforehand. Got the maggots right tight to the line. It's in a little bay or a little gap between 2 overhanging trees, so I do feel like, if anything, that'll be the one that's going to really help me out here. Yeah, I mean, it's been a difficult day. It's been a very difficult day. I thought I'd have a couple more, but that's fishing, I suppose. The temperature has dropped this weekend. It looks like it is trying to warm up, which is good. Maybe I should have gone tomorrow, but you know, I don't know how the missus will feel about a Christmas Eve fishing trip.